Hey, everybody, welcome. We are officially doing a live stream from the International Space Station, and we have some wonderful guests and partners. Camilla, welcome to this live stream. And with us, we have our amazing partners, Jesslyn Wong and Zen, and Jesslyn, welcome to this live stream.
Hello, Wasim. Yeah, thanks for having us on the live stream.
Fantastic. So what you're seeing now on the top
Yes.
left is a live stream directly from the ISS. And last time we did this, it was dark and we got to see the sunrise. So apparently we're in the time zone where the sun's already up. So you're seeing this fantastic stream where you're seeing the ISS move across or around the Earth. So with that, Jess, welcome. Zen, Walpi, we've all come together. We all have this passion for space. Tell us about Walpi and the mission and the goal.
Yeah. So let me speak on behalf for Zen. So WAPA is a Singapore-based space education and technology company that has a vision to transform and create an ecosystem for growing space talent and community. We work with students from all backgrounds and ages, especially underprivileged, children, and we are currently designing the spacecraft engineering courses for Singapore Polytechnic as well as other institute of higher learning in ASEAN. Thanks, Wasim.
Fantastic. And obviously we've come together. We have this mission. We talked about it, how we want to empower communities around the world, and also with yourself specifically. We're looking at Singapore, and also we brought on other partners from Dementia Singapore and the healthcare group. Tell us a bit more about that and what you hope to achieve utilizing space with some of these partners.
Tabernacle Health Group is another Singapore-based biotech startup that is founded by Dr. Musa Kiani and myself. We focuses on the anti-inflammatory related natural herb-based remedies. We are actually embarking on this exciting journey of sending our cold and flu in vitro studies into the International Space Station by end of the year. We'd like to find out how microgravity will actually impact the biomarkers in the human upper bronchial cells that are infected by the respiratory viruses.
Amazing, and it's fantastic because you're talking about another healthcare-based approach in utilizing the ISS. Now, this stream is possible because of our partners at Spaceomics. Professor Joseph Borgs recently sent a cube with also our partners from Space Applications Ice Cubes, and we were able to send a diabetes-based cube to the space station, which was looking at the microbiome of diabetic patients with foot ulcers. And this just goes to show what a fantastic environment microgravity can be in terms of research and what we can learn from there and take it forward.
Space is definitely another frontier that we all need to be part of as well. Yeah. And I think we also have the Dementia Group, the Singapore Dementia Singapore Group. I'm part of their senior management team. We are actually leading their digital transformation. So Dementia Singapore is a charity organization, and then it serves as the Singapore leading social service agency in terms of specialized dementia care. Dementia Singapore also aims to advocate the needs of people living with dementia as well as their families, and to empower the community through capability building, knowledge and consultancy, as well as delivering person-centered care and innovations. Yeah.
And Camilo, when you looked at what ice cubes and what we did with the experiment diabetes and what Jess wants to do when it comes to having a experiment looking at the immune system for colds and flus, what's your opinion on it?
Well, my opinion is basically that first, of course, it's a way to include research from all over the world, regardless of nationality, to the ISS. That is basically led by just a few nations, but of course, like these few nations just provide a platform for other nations like us and other organizations like us to do research on space, and of course to be part of this huge ecosystem that is space, and of course, to provide a new way do better for humanity, in this case to do research on diabetes and explore new ways, new treatments that allow us to make a lot of people feel better.
By the way, we're quite lucky in that we're actually seeing operational ISS activity happening right now, because we weren't told that this will be happening. And what you're seeing specifically is a high definition camera is being used to look at the end of the life payload. And some of the images you're seeing there are coming from that right now.
That's beautiful.
So
Amazing.
what will happen? What will happen now is once we've concluded this transmission, Professor Borge will come on and join us on StreamYard, and he'll tell you about how he was able to make all this possible and the work he did. And then, of course, you can. We'd love for you all to talk about some of the things that you want to do this year. So really looking forward to that. And just here's a question. I mean, a lot of people talk about the importance of space and how we feel is essential for people all around the world. I mean, what do you hope to accomplish with WorldPi? What is the key message you want to get across to students as well as the current generation?
Yeah, I think we hope to bring space education into mainstream. ASEAN especially is more on like service industry, like fintech, etc. So I think space is the next frontier. We would like to make it easier for even children from underprivileged families to be able to have access to such education system. Yeah.
And again, the
Okay.
point of doing the live stream was, and why do we do these activities? For example, by streaming the artwork or a piece of sound, is one, it's inspiration, and to let people around the world know that you can touch the stars. The second thing is also the ability for us to actually see the work we send up there. And one of the things Jess and Zen we've talked about is having a space innovation lab in Singapore with yourselves, and giving people access, just as we're having now. Where regardless of where you're from, you can come in and you can design something and you can see it happening live.
Yeah, I think the live streaming of the space laboratory will be something that ASEAN has never done before. Then, do you have anything to add?
I'm venturing through galaxies and lands unseen, searching for knowledge with Space nomad.
Nope. I think the music is wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you so
Roaming
much.
the stars, space nomad. I'm venturing through galaxies and lands unseen, searching for knowledge with Space nomad.
Yeah, thank you. See you coming.
You got two shots there, so that's brilliant.
That's lovely. Can you guys provide a little bit more of context for the people that are watching the stream? Like, what is this song? Who wrote it? Like, can you please provide more context so people can understand why this is such an important thing?
Yes,
Okay, Jess,
definitely.
please.
Yeah. So as you can see at the little corner there, there is this 10-year-old girl from Singapore. She has this cosmonaut dream. We actually created using AI the song as well as the lyric. So she comes together with this space nomad idea, and basically she has been to the Johnson Space Station and been under the guidance of some astronaut, and she's also looking forward to the Wasim Mehta University as well, whereby there will be a lot of space related engineering curriculum that she can take on using virtual reality and the metaverse related works. Yeah. So there were some of the lyrics that she mentioned, that she wanted to share as well. So we will also be posting on the WorldPi website from this 10-year-old kid. Yeah. Okay. So anyone will have, it's to showcase that everyone and anyone can have access to space. It's not exclusive. Yeah. So it can be made available to the general public as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
fantastic. What you've done there is everybody's talking about new technologies, and today we've not only been able to bring different disciplines from space to healthcare, but then, as you mentioned, the song was made with AI, so that makes it even more fantastic.
And also,
Yeah.
like, I think worth mentioning that when we think about a space, we always think about like government, military, engineering, like very specific areas. But nowadays, at least in 2023, hi,
Hello,
Joseph, welcome.
good
Great to
evening.
I
see you. I was saying that I went in 2023 to see a space. Is like we now do like research from any institution on medicine, art, music, like all kind of disciplines coming together, and how is the space now becoming super open to any kind of institution, to any kind of person to be part of a space.
Indeed,
That's
indeed. We use the word space connects us all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pleasure to meet
yep.
you. It's my first
Thank
time.
you.
So Zan and
Yep.
Jesslyn.
Yes.
So I believe Wasim had told me about the small project of having art or logos and also a very very small audio clip, which I have the pleasure to tell you that it had been transferred on board the ISS inside our mallet cube. So there is a system where we use encryption, and basically we can uplink files and also download them to be streamed. Of course, the actual experiment is a biomedical and a life science experiment. However, because we record videos of the experiment and we also take pictures, so we are also able to upload any file that we want inside the SD card found in the cube. And that is what we've done with your small files, with the audio clip and with the logo files. So those are present in that cube that you can see in that video right now. And basically from our small mission control room here in Malta, from a different place where I am right now. So it's a different place called Ormi, and they monitor the connection, and they were also able to stream the audio file and to show the logo as well. I know it is something. How do you say? We did this also for a number of schools last year, and we believe by using space as a medium to send the message both visually and audio, I think it can have a wide reach to many people as well. So I'm happy to have played that part.
And Joseph, Jess was talking earlier how she'd like to do a project whereby we look at the immune system for people suffering from colds and flus, and look at the biomarkers. I mean, after what you've achieved and the things you've done, isn't it exciting where now we have all these other projects, healthcare projects that we can explore in microgravity?
Of course, of course. So, I mean, we're here, ready and prepared. So, any idea can be taken up on board. I think it's critical to have a design of experiment to really plan it well. So, usually from idea to execution to send an experiment to space takes about 8 months, 9 months. Not much less, but not much more. But that would be if all things are aligned perfectly and people work efficiently. And so I join Wasim in lending my, how to say, my hand or knowledge, that if there is a wish or an idea from your end to develop and design and send this to space, would be very willing to help and support.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think yeah, we are very excited, on this, to embark on this mission. Yeah, to
Excellent.
actually understand more about microgravity. Yeah.
So basically,
And
what
how
you
that
see
can
here,
be.
this is the third mission we sent. So we started in 2021. That was the first study, and it was also a first one for our country, for Malta. It was the first ever to send an experiment to the ISS on SpaceX. And then last year, 2022, we sent our second one. And last month, in March, we sent our third one. So the biomedical experiment here is one related to diabetes and specifically diabetic foot ulcers. So we look at what we know as the microbiome, so the collection of bacteria that are present on skin and ulcers of patients. And we look at the effects of spaceflight and microgravity and how these can elicit certain mechanisms for bacteria to become resistant or hardy or adapt to the harsh environment. And in so doing, by looking at the genetic and molecular mechanisms, we are able to uncover important biomarkers. So we do that as well. And that can serve as good therapeutics.
Yeah, definitely. I think because we'll also be sending over the herbal concoction as well. So we want to see how this will react and how the human cells, the upper bronchial epithelial cells, will also react with respect to the microgravity in terms of the biomarker changes. Yeah, definitely. This is very exciting. And
Good.
yeah,
Good.
it is very-
Do you have an experiment in preparation to be sent to space or not yet?
Yes, we actually already have a study protocol that we embark with the Singapore Health Science Authority. So we are doing clinical trial on the cold and flu related recovery, for the patients. Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
So this is fantastic. Any last words, Zen and Jess, whilst Professor Borge is here? Because I'm really looking forward to this collaboration. I mean, Joseph is just a superstar, right? I mean, man. And I just want to say, Malta did not have a space agency.
Yeah.
Joseph made this happen,
We just go ahead.
right?
Wow.
So that's a wonderful achievement. So Zen, do you have any words that you want to add?
I think it is a very. I mean, we are very honored to be the first Singapore company to be on board. I mean, to send our logos on board to ISS,
Yeah.
and that is been special thanks to Joseph. And yep, we are just. I'm just waiting for that moment to happen right now.
How nice. How nice.
Yeah.
And eventually, instead of sending logos digitally, we can plan an experiment where your logos are physically present on the cube. We can do that, of course. I think that should be
Wow.
the next thing, where you have an experiment that you own and you have your logos sponsoring it, right? You are taking your research to space. I mean, we can do it.
It's like this. What you're going to see now that Joseph put together. It's fantastic in how they put this together, and you have all these fantastic collaborators and organizations. So it'll be wonderful to see your organizations on the actual tubes.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, Jess, any final words from you?
Yeah, I think special thanks, to Joseph, Wasim, Camilo for making this happen. We are very excited, especially coming from Singapore. Because we are looking forward to bring the new generation to a new frontier as well in terms of all aspect, of the industry. Yep.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I also have fond memories of Singapore. I was there once a while ago for a conference on thalassemia and blood disease. I presented in Singapore.
Okay.
It was nice.
That's great.
Wow.
We would love to have you, in Singapore again. Yeah.
Yep.
I think Wasim. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
this is of course one big project, Malet, and then another project also supported by Wasim and his team is that ourselves here in Malta, we also study astronaut blood. So astronauts, before they launch to space, we look at biomedical levels and blood count at hemoglobin levels before they launch to space. We also obtain blood when they are in space, and we also follow them when they come back to Earth. So we are able to do comparative genomics of astronaut blood on different time points. So that is really, really interesting.